Good evening, blessings, be well. The red-winged blackbird, messenger from the great everything. There was a small pond on Mass State Road 110 near John Greenleaf Whittier's birthplace. A small bend in the road. It is now only a road. It was a highway then. How things have changed, or rather, they have not changed, but our perceptions of them have changed. What was once a large thoroughfare is now only a wandering country road. Whenever I came to this bend in the road near that pond, I would see a red-winged blackbird above the cattles, or maybe one lighted upon a muskrat home. It was only there that I would see one. I haven't seen one since then, and there I would always see one. The pond was mostly a marsh of cattails, some muskrat homes in the open water. I see now the reason why they are called cat and nine-tails. When they are mature, the flower looks like a fluffy cat. The reeds growing up around, though, reversed, are the tails. I had not seen a red-winged blackbird for over 40 years since I had traveled down that road where all my adventures had begun. And then this day, as I was driving down I-95, a highway where my adventures now begin, this quest, this day of visiting seminars where new ways of thinking are taught, I chanced to think of a red-winged blackbird. The thought passed unbidden through my mind, and I asked whether they exist anymore. I asked the question as most questions are asked to the universe, without even knowing I was asking. It was just a passing thought. A pure, simple question passing lightly through the mind without intention. True intention is in the simplicity of it. There are two roads here in Fort Lauderdale. One is called Oakland Park, the other is Commercial. They both came off US 1, that is growing north and south, and they go west. If I know how the grids were then, I can get to where I want to go today. They are the big roads in Fort Lauderdale, and I am continuously getting them confused. Cancel clear. Which comes first and which comes next? So this day I was going to Commercial, and I was confused, or rather I thought I was confused. At the last moment, I turned off on Oakland Park. I was late for the seminar. This being late had put me off a little bit in my mind, cancel clear. So when I realized my mistake, I continued down Oakland Park, down to Oakland Park, going with the flow. At the stoplight, waiting, I was stopped for a minute or two, in which time I looked out my window on the driver's side, and by the side of the road eating French fries from an old McDonald's bag, there was a red-winged blackbird, strutting around as they do, like a young lieutenant junior grade that was just filled with himself, as if he were on the parade ground, strutting around, parading his platoon for the first time. It was the manifestation that brought back to mind my request of earlier that day, whether there were still red-winged blackbirds. And here, minutes really, I see one. I had not seen one in the intermittent time of 40 years, nor in the 10 years hence. But in the hour since I asked my simple question that I had not even thought about, the great all and everything brought to me an answer. Here was a red-winged blackbird saying, yes, I still exist. Now, if the great everything would answer a question, just a simple thought passing through my mind, then why not any request or question I might pose? Why not any request? The blackbird was simply a messenger from the great everything, from infinity times infinity squared, saying, I am here for you, now in all ways, in all things great and small. Fini. The fifth dimension is open to all. And here and there are only 3 requirements to access it. As J.C. said in Thomas number 6, do not lie and do not do that which you abhor. Raise your vibration in everything you do. Lived and written by Earl F. Martin. The events are true. If you like this story, please subscribe, share, like. Say you do. Bless us. Bless us one and all. Thank you.